the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live on this beautiful Thursday night, and it's no Thursday night football this week. And that's not a big deal because we still got a great stream coming up for you guys. Got a lot to talk about that we want to discuss in Dolphins Nation. I hope everybody's doing great. I just pray that everybody is having a blessed day and that you're making the most of your life and your opportunities. All right. Just on my heart, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, before we get this stream started, we always want to give a special shout out to the stream sponsor, the one who got us live tonight, Mojo Sports. And we've been talking about Mojo Sports all season. They have been the official sponsor for breaking news and segmented videos. We want to show some love and appreciation to our sponsor, Mojo, by downloading the app. You can use the QR code right there in your face to download the app. Remember, as I continue to tell you all, supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel, and supporting the channel is supporting our sponsors. All right. Now, Mojo Sports is only available in New Jersey right now. Many of us aren't in Jersey, but it still does not mean that you can't download the app. That's why I say this is the easiest way to support the channel, by downloading the app and using the QR code or the link in the description, because it will let Mojo Sports know that the TDPHINSTALK family sent you over. Okay. So make sure you take advantage of that. And speaking of Mojo, I had to bring up one player in particular stock. We already know Tua's stock is falling, but Skylar Thompson's stock looks like it is on the rise, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I mean, again, y'all know how I am. This kid was literally $2.03, had a low of 198 over the last month. He's up to 317, up by 58%. If this kid goes off in this game, he's going to skyrocket. These are the investments that I like to take advantage of. If I was in Jersey, I'll be all in on Skylar Thompson. But speaking of Skylar Thompson, man, he got some work to do this weekend. He has some work to do this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Skylar Thompson is about to be thrusted just bam into one of the biggest games of his career. This is, you know what this is? This is Tua Tagovailoa coming in for Jalen Hurts in the national championship. This is Tua Tagovailoa coming in for Jalen Hurts in the national championship. Can he win the game? Can he win the game? Now I want to ask you guys, ladies and gentlemen of the comment section, can Skylar Thompson get this W? Yes or no in the comment section? Matter of fact, I don't know why I'm tripping. Might as well poll it. Skylar win? Let's see. Can Skylar get this win? I'm spelling it all wrong. Go ahead and fill out the poll. I want to know what you all think. We got over 200 people in the building right now. We'll soon be at 3 if you all hit the like button. Y'all know how this works. YouTube, sometimes they don't send the notifications out to everybody. So hit the like button. That way, more of our family members will know that we are live. So go ahead and punch that like button. It'll be greatly appreciated. Shout out to Adam Sadowski. He's been a member for 2 months with the Pro Bowl status. Said, keep up the great content, TD. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay. Before we even get started even further, before I dive in on my monologue, before we start going to Q&A and different things of that nature, I want to stop and slow down and recognize that we're in a new year. And I want to say thank you, genuinely, everyone who is subscribed to this channel. Thank you to the Mod Squad, putting in the hard work to try to deliver the most respectable chat that we could possibly have, because we have our demographics range from little kids all the way to the elderly. Thank y'all, Mod Squad. Sometimes y'all get out of control. I got to delete them all and then add more back, but thank y'all for y'all hard work, man. Thank you to all the members of the channel. I was just looking at today at how much you all have dedicated to the channel on a monthly basis by becoming a member. And I looked at it and I said, man, that's interesting that it just covered the PFF subscription for the year, the NFL subscription for the year, the All 22 subscription for the year, the StreamYard subscription for the year. The members are holding this channel down as well, and I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you also to those who donate on a regular basis and those who donate occasionally. It all is greatly appreciated. You guys help this 1 gigabyte internet get paid, all that good stuff, help with the electricity, with all these monitors that be running, these lights, all that good stuff. I do this because I enjoy doing this. I never wanted to do this monetarily, but I will, I'm a transparent person and I'm a very honest person. I will tell y'all, I never started this channel for money. I never started this channel to benefit monetarily. This is something I love and I enjoy. But God has made it to a point to where it has been a blessing for my family. And I truly do mean that. And I never set out to do it for that reason. But when God throws blessings right in your face, who am I to turn them down? And I'm going to continue to take advantage of the blessings that have come our way here at TDPHINSTALK. Man, it's beautiful. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's a beautiful thing, because when you do something just for the joy of it, and then you turn around and next thing you know, you could have never thought that it could provide for your entire family to where, you know, all your other outlets of income are irrelevant, it's truly a blessing. And then to take it a step further, and trust me, this is not a I'm doing good moment and all that, but it is I'm doing good moment because God has blessed me because I started something. And I'm only saying this because a lot of people, man, I just have to say this because I know where I came from in life. I know where I was. A lot of people are unhappy with what they're doing in life. And I just urge everybody to find what you do. No, find something you love and figure out a way to where you can do it and it can also support everything that you need to take care of. It's crazy, man. We're about to go on 5 years on this channel and a couple. Doug in the building. What's up, Doug? He said, I'm thankful for you, TD. Been friends with you for now 5 years. Wow. Love you, bud. New year, better things. Listen, I'm saying some things right now that I know Doug knows. I'm talking about some things right now that I know Doug know what I'm talking about. It's just blessings, man. It's blessings, man. I love you, brother. I really do. And before I continue on that, thank you for coming in here, Doug, because I'll tell you this live in front of everybody, man. Let me say this. I truly do appreciate Dougly Do Wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you why. Let me preface it by saying this. That way y'all will understand how much I appreciate him. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but screw Dougly Do Wrong. Screw. I'm not trying to say this to big up him or anything. Screw Dougly Do Wrong. I ain't got to say nothing to make him big ups. That's crazy. I know I'm saying that, but I'm trying to preface the fact of I'm not trying to big up him and make him blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, Doug in here, let me up him. No, I genuinely appreciate Doug. And let me tell you why. Do y'all realize how easy it could have been for me and Doug to be at war quickly, to throw subliminal blows or back and forths? Do you understand how the atmosphere and the field and the landmines that are out there under the ground could so easily have caused us to go at it? And me and Doug have had some debates, Twitter, YouTube. We've gone back and forth about disagreements. But the one thing that I cannot say enough that I appreciate about this man more than anything is what I hope all Dolphin fans can aspire to be, is the fact that it don't matter if we have a differencing of opinion. That doesn't have nothing to do with each other's humanity and the fact that we respect each other. Because outside of Doug, this is a vast commitment. This community is so big now. And you know what? Moment of humility out the window. Nobody can sit here and say me and Doug ain't create this mecca of Dolphin content. You can't say it. Nobody can say it. Doug might not say it, but I'm going to say it. And we could have easily not been good. Easily. Because of what people have done. People in his comment section lying, saying TD said this. People in my comment section lying and saying TD saying it, not knowing that we on the phone chopping it up, laughing at the same person. Look at the message he sent me. Look at the message he sent me. Back and forth looking at the contradictions and the lies. And we have always, another thing that I respect the most is we have always given each other the benefit of the doubt, where if anything was off, hey, what's up? Well, we would talk to each other. That's simple. And I just wish the whole community could respect somebody's opinion without hate. Doug, come on my channel. You look at the comment section. There's too much hate. I go on Doug's channel. You look at the comment section. There's too much hate. And then they hate us because we don't hate each other. We got to do better, but you know what? At least we are an example. At least we are an example. Now he gonna keep it more classy than me. And I'm no shame, know that, and to tell you nope. But at the same token, man, salute to you, Doug. I know you just said in the comment section 5 years, but has it been 5 years or has it been like 4 years and 4 months? Are we going on 5 or am I tripping and we going on 6? You're going to have to tell me because I don't even remember at this point. What are we going on, 5 or 6? Because I think you started, I don't know, maybe like a few weeks or a month before or something like that. I don't know because I didn't know he existed at first. 4.5. It's a little more than 4.5 because I know I'm like May something. I'm May something. I think you're like April. So I don't know. I think I'm May something though. So we're going on 5. We're going on 5. But all right, let me get off of Doug real quick. I love you, brother. Let me go back to what I was saying, though, y'all. I was sitting back and talking to my wife at dinner tonight because we took the kids out to dinner, and just sitting back reflecting a little bit on how blessed we've been. And I just she was just saying, do you realize you've built something? Do you realize that you've actually created and built something? You put in the hard work and you kept going, and years later, you actually have something that is formidable. You've built something. And it hit me because I so badly want to encourage others to build something. And the biggest issue with building something is just starting. Build something. Oh man, hold on, y'all. I could never forget going back to day one. I could never forget being mad at our beat writers. I didn't know none of their names, but I was mad at them. So I don't know the specific people I was mad at, but they were beat writers. Every article that came out, every little interview I saw, I'm just looking at lies. That ain't true. Oh, you overselling that. Oh, you in an agenda. Everything y'all tell us at the beginning is wrong and it end up being wrong. Why are they so wrong? Why are they never right? And then you start realizing, nah, I know that ain't the case. Well, look, they were wrong and I knew it wasn't. And you're like, man, ain't no real Dolphin news. And I'll never forget, it was like, what was it, March? I was in corporate America in upper management, and they told me in order for me to get my upper director promotion, I needed to, since I had a bachelor's, I also needed business courses, the core business courses. So they sent me to college, sent me back to school to take business courses to get, a second degree in business. And, marketing, accounting 1, accounting 2, all that crap I'm doing. And I remember driving like an hour away to school because the local schools were full and it was too late. And I drove an hour away every single day. But when I'm taking one class, then I got to wait 40 minutes for another class. And I'll never forget going out there every morning and out the Tarrant County in Fort Worth College and taking these classes. But between the classes, I'm looking for Dolphin content. I know every Dolphin content that come on, where to find it, ESPN's little audio clips, this website, that website. But then you start running out like, ain't nothing out here. It ain't nothing. It's the same thing. It ain't nothing. Now, I never forget, man, I used to debate with my coworkers at work, and they used to be like, y'all ain't getting nothing done. I know you the boss, but gosh, ain't nobody around you or you get nothing done because you're always debating. And I'll never forget when I first ordered that cheap old $10 mic stand, that cheap $10 mic, that little Dolphin flag I got, like some itty bitty stuff. And y'all remember, man, my first stream I just did it. I said, man, I'm gonna provide Dolphin content. I ain't got to know it all, but I can research it all and I can do it all. And I started. And I'll never forget, I was my first subscriber, my wife was second, vice versa. And I remember that first video. Somebody else subscribed in the back of my head, and my wife probably had somebody subscribe. Another video, I got 4 subscribers today. You know, like a little kid, You know, I'm a grown man. It ain't that serious to me, but you see, oh, I got a few people, you know, and you couldn't go live back then. Back then, you couldn't go live. You had to have a certain amount to go live. And every little video I would do, a few more and a few more. And I remember when I first hit like 50 subscribers, I was like, yeah, like you got to realize it was nobody doing this in the community. And Doug had just started too, and I didn't even know he existed. I never knew he was on another area starting his own thing. We just doing our thing. We don't even know each other exist. And the only person existed was K Flexing, but he was more so doing Madden with the Dolphins, like, you know, mock teams and all that. So it really wouldn't, you know, you just keep going, and next thing you know, you got 110, and you're like, man, I got 110 subs. And next thing you know, YouTube makes some change where you can go live now. And I start going live, and, you know, I got 12 people on the live. We're going back and forth, and it was exciting for me. It was real fun. And man, you look up, we almost at 25K. 4.5 years later, you're almost at 25K. And it's like, you remember your day ones, you remember each threshold, you remember the ups, you remember the downs, you remember the people who roll with you remember the people who betrayed you. You remember the people who got too attached. You remember the people who, you know, you just remember so much. But it's been a journey, and it's been a fun one talking about the Miami Dolphins. And what I pride myself most is that it's not just content over here, but we've built a family community. We built the family community. That's why I love going live. That's why and plus I ain't the editor, y'all. I ain't no good editor. Y'all would have hated me if I was just doing pre-recorded videos, because I ain't no editor. So that's why I hit that live button on every stream. Just making sure I can do my best to connect with y'all and enjoy myself doing this as well. And it's been a fun ride. It's been a very fun ride. And I feel like right now in the YouTube community and the atmosphere, this is the most well, how do I want to say this? This is the most tense moment in this community ever. We're about to go into the most tense moment into this community ever. Some of y'all may not realize that. But we are about to go into one of the most tense moments in the Dolphins community, because this community was created off of knowledge about the team and then going through its first rebuild as a community, as a social media community. We literally have officially just gone through our first rebuild. And this offseason, no matter what happens, is going to be a critical moment in all communities. And I'm just going to say this, no matter what happens at the end of it, Dolphin fans need to make sure that they remember this is about team and people above wanting to be right. This is going to be a tense moment. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, the whole quarterback, coach, and all of that stuff. Whether we keep the coach or we get rid of him, whether we keep Tua, we get rid of him. It's going to be a critical moment in this community. And it's going to be tough for many reasons. And at the end of the day, I just hope that it ends up with us winning the Lombardi no matter what they decide to do. The reason why I feel like it's going to be tough is because, man, I got to be honest, I'm so disappointed in Dolphin fans this week. I'm so disappointed in Dolphin fans this week, showing their true colors, showing how biased they are. What happened to no matter who's behind center, I'm going to support them and hope this team wins and root for them? Why this week did it go out the window for so many Dolphin fans? Why did that go out of the window this week for so many Dolphin fans? So many Dolphin fans I see conceding. It's over. Oh, well, another failure. I don't even care. I already know what's going to happen. What happened? What happened to all the criticism that I was getting about, my real takes and how I'm supposed to be down and support no matter what? What happened? Some of y'all guilty of it. What happened? I know it's the same situation, but all I'm saying is the hypocrisy showing up. Why all of a sudden is Skylar Thompson becoming the enemy of the Dolphins and he sucks and he's trash all of a sudden? But people fought for other quarterbacks to not be labeled as such. The only thing I don't like is hypocrisy. At least stay consistent. But don't deliver hypocrisy just to support your side of the aisle. It's crazy to me. So whatever ends up happening by the end of all of this, remember, it's about us as fans staying together anyway and hoping the best for this team. Okay. But as I started on this little rant, I just wanted to say I thank y'all so much. I want to thank y'all so much. Y'all have allowed me to have so many opportunities, so many things that have been knocking on the door. Y'all have created so many opportunities to me that I had to turn half of them down this year. Y'all don't even understand. I mean, people have reached out and I had to turn them down. I start getting into conflict of interest. Well, I can't do y'all because of them. Dang, I already signed the contract, even though y'all 2 times more. But check me out in December because my contract, all kind of stuff. It's truly been a blessing. And thank y'all, because it's only because of y'all. They see y'all watching. They see that y'all enjoy the product. They see that y'all hit the like button. They see that you subscribe. They see that you put your hard-earned money behind it with donations lighting up on the screen all the time. And when they see that, they say, this guy here, people love him. He can deliver a message and we want to work with him. So again, I ain't nothing without y'all. And I ain't nothing without God. Him first, but I know he sent y'all. I know he sent y'all. Ronnie said the sponsor's going hard. Shout out to Bleacher Report. Hit your boy up again. I'll be on there next week again. I'll be on Bleacher Report next week again. I'll give y'all the details so y'all can show up and show out for me. Last time I was on Bleacher Report. Last time I was on Bleacher Report twice. And boy, my haters showed up like no other, man. The haters showed up. They went all in the comment section. Why would you have him? Oh, he's not a real Dolphin fan. We hate him. Oh, the haters showed up in masses. But you know what? Bleacher Report said we loved every bit of it. You're polarizing. Bleacher Report told me some people have been looking at you. Prominent people on TV have noticed you and recommended you. And I said, who? They said, all I'm going to tell you is we're glad to work with you. So thank y'all for showing up to offset some of my hate, even though it looks like they love the hate. Because I guess that level of polarization and controversy sells, which it does. I mean, that's why you got guys like Skip Bayless and stuff becoming so big, because their takes, and people, whether they like them or hate them, they gravitate and they still watch. So For that, I want to thank you, all my haters. Y'all ain't exempt. Y'all get some appreciation too. I want to say thank you to my haters. I ain't trolling y'all right now. I'm serious. Y'all don't understand how what's the word I'm trying to use? How polarizing you make me. The haters actually make me so polarizing in this community. The haters do. The haters do. When they come up with a receipts tournament and I wasn't even supposed to be on there according to the person who started, but they nominated me and now everybody knows about me. My haters don't realize they're the ones that also making me polarizing. That I truly believe that there ain't nobody in the entire Dolphin community that don't know who I am, whether they have a good thought or a bad thought. Not a single one. Every beat writer know who I am. Every YouTuber, every podcaster, all of them know who I am. Somebody said, you're just too funny, TD. I just enjoy my life and y'all laugh at it. You weren't polarizing as a Tanny lover. Those were the early days. That's when you had to grind and you had to build. You had to do stream after stream after stream. You had to do stream after stream after stream. Dang, when you just think about it, man, when you like, we've come a long way. We've come a long way, man, in this community. Y'all do me a favor real quick. Let me know when you first joined the channel. Give me a month and a year if you remember when you joined the channel. Give me a month and a year if you remember when you joined the channel. So we started 19. Somebody said May 2013. We weren't even around. This channel started May of 2018. May of 2018 is when we started this channel. Not the day I had a YouTube channel. That was probably a long time ago. But the day we started content on this channel, May of 2018. I think. Look at all of that, man. I know it was 2018. That's right, Ronnie. Day one. 2020, around October, December. 2019, TD in August. Tommy, you at day one, Tommy? Insanity said I was there early. I never forget that first call, Insanity. I remember I had you were one of the first ones on when I had just started the call-ins. It might have been the first call-in show or the second. And I remember you can call in and we have a conversation and y'all can hear the audio. It wasn't on the screen. You just hear the phone audio. We done tried many things and Finsanity called in. I never forget. I subscribed when we had Ray Finkel. It was the second. Yeah. I remember the Finsanity, TD, Reason, EM, and Ball Game takes. That was the Tuesday night panels. That was the Tuesday night panel conversation. Yep. See you and your son not do much stuff on your wall. I haven't commented, but been with the stream for a while. That's what's up, man. I know a lot of y'all been dropping donations. I'm going to go back and read them once I'm done. I'm just taking this moment in, honestly. Knowing that we about to hit 25,000. sometime within the next month or two, knowing that, we're about to hit 5 years in about 4 months. My 38th birthday coming up next Thursday. I'm getting older. Man. Yeah. 2017 TD Tannehill days. Was it 2017? Are you sure? Or 2018? Was it 2017 or 2018? When's the last time Tannehill was here? Because it was the Tannehill era, though. Miami Miracle, all of that. Happy early birthday, Bill. Happy early birthday, brother. You look 28, TD. I got to get back to feeling it. When he first got drafted. No, this channel wasn't around when Tannehill first got drafted, though. 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We're not going on 6 years. It had to be, we had to start this channel. We had to start the channel in 2018. Unless we're going on 6 years, I just have to go back and look at my first stream ever. Somebody said today's your birthday. No, next Thursday. It's next Thursday, Adam. Ironic that Miami is depending on Buffalo this weekend. I know. We're about to get into all of that, man. We're about to get into all of that. I'll just take a moment to hang out with y'all and talk to y'all and see and chop it up with y'all, man. Chop it up with y'all. I love what we built, man. We built a whole bunch of buttons that could be clicked, but it's powerful. Yeah, I'm going to have to ask the wife. Just enjoying what we've built. We've been a long way. And we lost a lot of people, y'all. So I want to apologize to y'all, too. I'm sorry because we did lose a lot of people. And it was my fault. And I intentionally did it, but it is what it is. We lost a lot of people. But I always told y'all one of my pet peeves, one of the things that I can't stand the most are people who can't respect other people's opinion, even if they disagree. So it is what it is. Those people don't belong here anyway, because we want to progress a conversation and not get stuck in the minutia, just the irrelevant stuff. What did I do to lose people? A lot of times it was simply tell the truth. But sometimes I will admit I told the truth with an arrogance, with an annoyance that intentionally got under people's skin. Because they actually asked for it. They would demonize me, disrespect me, and do all type of things if they disagreed. So I kind of, gave it to them. But and the sad part is a lot of them end up being a fact, and then I end up being right. But I knew that even if I ended up right, I told them why they were wrong so bad that they hated me. Like, I've been on other platforms, and after you visit other platforms and you go back and look at the video, you read the comments. Why would you have this guy on your channel? I hate him so much with a passion. He gets under my nerves. I just can't. Even though they were wrong. But it was my fault because I literally at times gave them the business. It'll be something like where, can you please use your common sense? People don't like to be told that. Simple things like that irk people. So say, we disagree about something. And, I would say common sense would tell you, come on, what's wrong with you? And that bothers people. What you're trying to say, I'm stupid or something? No, but So there's a lot of stuff, man. Me saying that we would trade Laramie Tunsil lost a lot of people. Me saying that what Deshaun Watson got involved with was bad. He got some work to do in his life, but at the same token, I'm gonna wait to a playoff before I cast judgment. So by me not casting judgment right away, people hated that. I said I want him as a quarterback, but if he did anything that was illegal, that blah, 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 then he should be under a jail and all that. But until that's the case, I want him as a quarterback. People hated that really bad. Tua is the biggest one. Tua is the biggest one. Since I didn't praise him as a GOAT, they were mad. They said I hated him. I hate him. And my hate is showing. And he'll prove me wrong that he will become a franchise quarterback. And it's funny because I was the first one to say in my pre-draft analysis that Tua is a 3-year quarterback. Tua is a 3-year quarterback. You'll see the best version of him in 3 years. I don't know if some of y'all remember that. Let me know in the comment section. 3 years ago when Tua first came on the scene, do you remember me saying Tua is the type of guy that you won't see great production until 3 years in? But it still won't be enough for him to be the franchise quarterback. But you'll see the best version of him in 3 years. He's a 3-year guy because he's going to need to continually develop and learn in the system. But since I didn't praise him in them first 2 and give him credit for absolutely nothing he did, I don't know why people got mad I ain't give him credit in the first 2 years, and there was nothing to give him credit for. But they hated me for that. You're not behind our quarterback. You don't believe in him. Hey, if you have a pre-draft analysis, it is what it is. Y'all didn't believe in Rosen. So, they hated. They were really mad at me about that. Especially this year, believe it or not, y'all, we've grown very fast this year, but we lost a lot this year too. Why did we lose a lot? Because people looked to me when Tua was on his good streak. They looked to me for validation to say, okay, he's now that dude. Okay, he's now that dude. They looked for me to say that. And although I did say Tua Tagovailoa is playing better football than he ever has, this is some of the best football I've seen him play, but this isn't enough to say that he's a franchise quarterback. And they wanted to hear those words. No, he a franchise quarterback. Why is it your hate is clouding you from not being able to just admit it? And I kept telling people there's nothing to admit. I mean, at the end of the day, when you really look at what he's done, it's been against scrubs. I need to see him against great competition before I could start to make that, to even say that. Before I could even say that. So they didn't like that. Look at this. I remember this came out last week. I never shared it with y'all, but I wanted to. Michael Irvin on First Take.
I'm a Dolphin fan. My brother Derek, he was over the house. He said, hey, man, I hope Tua may mess us up. And I don't believe this. I said, I don't believe it. Stop saying that. He said, Tua is going to be just good enough for us not to go get another quarterback. And we're going to waste Tyreek Hill. I said, stop saying that. I don't believe in that. But I believe.
Y'all hear that? So Michael Irvin over the holidays was at his family house, and his brother said, man, Tua's going to mess us up. And he was like, what do you mean by that? He's going to be just good enough for us to not go get another quarterback. And it's going to mess us up. And these are the things that I've been saying so long. He's good enough not to be good enough.
Scary right now, but he's scary for Dolphins fans. Guys, scary right now, but he's scary for Dolphins fans. Guys, there need to be some apologies. And they need to go to Jason McIntyre, to Colin Cowherd, and to Nick Wright.
And TDPHINSTALK.
And they need to come from other media members that demanded we give apologies to Tua. Because we weren't hypnotized by
one comeback against Baltimore and an odd game against Buffalo earlier in the year and hitting wide open receivers. Because the sky has fallen for Tua, and it is a reminder that when a team bails on their own blue chip prospect or attempts to, there's usually a reason. The Miami Dolphins had a trade worked out for Deshaun Watson if he could settle his court cases. It was gross. It felt seedy, but they were so done with Tua, they were going to bring on the worst PR quarterback in the league, bring him into their building because they were done with Tua. Then when that didn't work out, they engaged in a multi-week, if not month, tampering pursuit of a 44, soon to be 45-year-old quarterback. And then when that didn't work out, they're like, all right, I guess we're going to have to stick with the guy. What if we pay 125 cents on the dollar for Tyreek Hill, who is awesome, don't get me wrong, and give Tua the fastest pair of receivers in league history, give Tua, who I think is a brilliant offensive mind, and Mike McDaniel, can we then scotch tape this thing together? And the answer was for about 3 months. And now, as those answers to the tests are getting harder and harder, and it is not as much of a paint-by-numbers offense as teams start to figure things out, we are seeing that Tua is not up to the challenge. And it is so unbelievable to me that in a conference with Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, hell, throw in Lamar Jackson when he's healthy, and possibly Deshaun Watson if this is all just about rust as opposed to he's in a different phase of his career. That's 7 quarterbacks. And a conference, by the way, that's about to have Bryce Young, number 1 pick of the draft. That people really pretended, oh yeah, Tua he can compete with those guys. He can go on the road and win multiple playoff games. The Dolphins are a real no, they're not. And it turned really ugly with the Tuanon folks pretending he was reinventing the quarterback position. Oh, you guys don't understand how he moves defenses with his eyes. Yes, we do. Oh, you guys, he's doing the same stuff Mahomes did with Tyreek Hill. You guys weren't.
Listen, everything I've been saying, every single thing that I've been saying, everything I've been saying, he ain't miss a beat of what I've been telling y'all. Ain't miss a single beat, but we got to re-listen to the most important part, just the beginning, the first 30 seconds. Screw the apologies, okay? Screw the apologies.
Scary right now, but he's scary for Dolphins fans. And they need to go to Jason McIntyre that demanded because we weren't hypnotized.
There you go. Here we go. Because we weren't hypnotized. Let's hear just that little 15-minute segment.
Hypnotized is to Tua. Because we weren't hypnotized by one comeback against Baltimore and an odd game against Buffalo earlier in the year and hitting wide open receivers. Because the sky has fallen for Tua, and it is
same thing I continue to tell y'all every week. And I gave him an opportunity. I told y'all what was going to happen all the way up to the San Francisco game. And I told y'all, now we get to evaluate. Screw all that stuff you saw early on. That tells me nothing. It tells me absolutely nothing. Wide open receivers. Baltimore miracle in the fourth quarter. Played bad the first half, but the fourth quarter. Weird Buffalo game. Didn't even have to do much. That was Nick Wright. And I told y'all, now you want to find out if he's that dude? San Francisco Chargers, Green Bay, Buffalo. Let's see what happens. I told everybody on this channel, you really want to find out if two of that dude? San Francisco Chargers, Green Bay, and Buffalo. Let's see what happens. And y'all know that's true. On this channel, I told y'all, all that other stuff, none of that matters. I don't care about no Lions who had the most wide open receivers in the league. Gave us the most wide open receivers in the league with separation in those weeks. The Browns, the Bears. It can't get easier for a quarterback. Now I hear some people saying, yeah, but other quarterbacks struggled against those same defenses. Different game plans, different weeks. Different game plans, different weeks. I told y'all. Now we'll get a real evaluation of Tua. Oh, you trying to diminish what he already did. Okay, then why can't he just keep doing it? Let's see what he do now. Y'all want me to take big omens off of these trash teams? Let's find out now what he do. I submitted it all. I said, I'm tired of arguing. If he balls in these games, I'm going to say he's our franchise quarterback. Every week I came on here, even though he started losing, I said, if he go ball in this game, he our franchise quarterback. Why would I be willing to do it just all of a sudden? Because it's a worthy opponent. Late in the season, the game matters, and it's a better defense with better coaching, better scheming. Let's see if he can go hang out there toe-to-toe and compete like the real quarterbacks. I told y'all this. Week 1, San Francisco, absolute trash. And it wasn't even that the receivers weren't open. They just weren't wide open. They created, if you can get it in this window, it's there to get it in, but you better be real good at doing it. And he wasn't. All right, you know what? San Francisco could be a blip on the map. Chargers, baby, now we should win this one. They so depleted. They defense so depleted. Now, we can't win this one now, but I'm willing to say he that dude. Chargers was even worse. All right, Buffalo, let's go. Let's go, Buffalo. Oh, oh my God, the Buffalo game is the one that aggravates me the most with some of y'all. Oh, even though we lost, he at least came and competed. No, he didn't. He threw 2 little easy touchdowns because both of them was easy. Both of them, the receiver got wide open. Shame on Buffalo. He threw 2 easy touchdowns, and there were 2 more passes I liked in that game. Outside of that, it was one of Tua's worst ball placement games. It was one of his worst ball placement games. And that's why PFF rated him the way they did. That's why they rated him the way that they did. Oh, Tua competed in that Buffalo game. Buffalo didn't play a good game. And y'all think he competed because the game was close. They didn't even play a good game. He did not have a good Buffalo game, and people still out here thinking he did. Y'all think it's me just making that up, picking on him? Why else would PFF week 15 right here rate him a 49.7? Why do you think they rated him a 49.7 overall? There's a reason for that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at his pass score, 46.9. You know why? They saw all the misfires all night. The bad ball placement, even if they were caught. Terrible. They saw the 56% completion percentage. How y'all gonna sit out here and make it seem like he had a good Buffalo game with 56.7% completions? Then they want to say it ain't his fault with the drops. No, that's why I love PFF. They count the drops. They count the drops. They say, how many drops did the Dolphins have that were actually on the receivers? Only 2. Everybody, oh, there were 7 drops by the receivers. Only 2 of them were the receivers' faults. The other 5, they could barely even try to get to. Don't want to hear it. $49.7. 49.7. Trash, man. Gosh. But anyway, man, like I said, same thing I've been telling everybody. And it's so funny that the most hated people in every community are the ones who are right most of the time. People hate Nick Wright. People hate Colin Cowherd. People hate all of them.
Scary right now, but he's scary for Dolphins fans.
Sorry. People hate them all because there's some truth to what they be saying. And they don't like it. They don't like it at all. This is why I urge people, man, pay attention to the things you agree with and the things you disagree with. Because that way you can evaluate over time to see what ended up being right and what wasn't. Y'all gonna have to give me a break real quick because I need to read a lot of the super chats that came through since the beginning because I hadn't read any of them yet. And I don't want to be disrespectful to people's hard-earned money that show love and support to the channel. So I want to acknowledge them and read what they wrote, okay? Starting with Made Paid said, don't forget, we fund Hillary Target shopping sprees. Yeah, you do. Well, you have. I'll put it like that. I'm still funding them because they don't be itty bitty sprees. Man, thank God Damar is trending towards coming out of this alive. Yeah, I was going to end the show talking about the update, but and we still will. Jose said the moment I started watching your videos was when I looked up the Dolphins on YouTube and I saw your reaction to the Miami Miracle. Been watching ever since. Salute to you, man. That's crazy, man. Let's see. Almost there, y'all. Just making sure I don't skip nobody's hard-earned money. There we go. Jamie Lobo said, TD, let's pray for a great game by Skyler. It's one positive we can take from this season. Love Tua, but it's obviously he can't stay healthy. Love everything about your site, TD. You're blessed to us. You're a blessing to us. All right. Appreciate you, man. Love you too, man. Thank you, brother. Encouraging words for me. TD, quote, Tua trash, Teddy trash, Skylar trash. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm gonna always say that in the moment. On game day, you play like trash, you were trash. I don't hold bar for nobody. What's your grade for Tua on the season? And was the overall season a success for him in your eyes? We can pause right there and I can give you my answer. Tua's grade was an 80.1 by me. He failed. I needed him to reach an 84 this year for him to be my franchise quarterback to where I felt like he is. Dolphins are going to ultimately decide that, but he failed. At the end of the day, his durability got the best of him on my rating. I had a whole rating sheet scale. Y'all have seen it. He needed to be an 84 by the end of the season, and he was over that most of the season, and he just kept falling. And the durability at the very end got him. It got him. Like, got him. It was a failure. It was a failure in my eyes because, first of all, let's get something straight. People think that they have an improved Tua right now, but I'll be the one that's here telling you when it was all said and done, I didn't see improvement. I just saw more opportunity to do what he already did well. He didn't get as much opportunity to do it with Flores, but it's the same guy able to do what he does well more. He was able to do what he did more. He never elevated this team when they needed him most. Like when you think about those 4 games he played and lost, he didn't need to be 4-0. He didn't need to be 3-1. Like, all you ask is to at least go 500. You didn't even go 1-4. But all you ask is to at least carry your team to a point to where you could be 500. And the most upsetting part about that slump, you can't blame the team. San Francisco, you just kept misfiring, couldn't make any throws. Chargers, you couldn't read the field to save your life. Buffalo, ball placement horrible, but y'all say he had a good game, whatever. In Green Bay, you had it in your hand to lead the troops finally, and at the last minute just blew it. Not reading the defense. Straight blew it. So it's a failure. Like, what I look like wanting to go into next year with the same guy that doesn't show me who he is and what he is. Tua, it was an 80.1 B-. Target was 84 this year for him to be the franchise quarterback. That would have left us with no doubt and said he's the guy. You know, you want a 90, but 84 was a good enough to say you the guy. That incorporated your play on the field, your statistics, and your availability for your team. And this is where he ended up. And some people think, well, this was like an elite year. No, it wasn't. Just like you say, if he would have played all the games, he would have kept doing well. You could say the same thing if he would have played all the games, he would have kept doing bad. Because he got just as many bad games as good games. And that's where the issue is. So part of the issue. Let me close this real quick. Let me keep going on the super chats, man. Skyler's one of the positives. Okay, I already read that. All right, we're catching up on the super chats. All right, here we go. Griffin Gaming, salute to you with the $50 donation, man. He said, TD, to answer your earlier question, I joined August or September last year. Wow, fairly new. It could just come down to my political beliefs and me being an anarchist, but I'm a skeptic by nature. So when I was hearing you, you are a Tua hater, I had to check it out. Hey, man, whatever rocks your boat, but at the end of the day, what was the end result? I see why people are skeptics, because what is the end result? You're probably not going through as much trauma as many are right now because of the way that you operate. Look at the end results. And I wish this team and our decisions wouldn't have us feeling that way. Ricardo said, you turned me into a YouTube junkie, TD. Always looking for fresh content. Haha, keep up, my man. Salute, Ricardo. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Know what 80.1 is good enough to not be good enough. You better know it. Because I ain't gonna lie, 80.1 ain't bad. If it was Tua's rookie year, I'd be like, woo, hey, man, we got that guy. He going to keep getting better. If it was his sophomore year, I'd be like, that's strong. That's strong. But this is his third year, and he had, like, even if he gave us 80.1, 80.1, and 80.1, it'll be a better look. Because now we're waiting to get over that one hump. But, ladies and gentlemen, you are doing yourself a great disservice if you think that 4 games this year that carried him is the deciding factor that you know he the guy. We done seen Mike White get as hot as he have. And we know now what that is. People have spurts. People have moments. People have little runs. And the only issue with Tua's runs is the fact that they were so easy. It wasn't like he was doing it in a difficult, it wasn't like it was difficult and he was doing it. I mean, these receivers were wide open than anybody has ever been. I could see if he did it against actual great competition, it was like, man, look what he just did to them. Look what he just did to them. But we talk about the Lions, the Browns, and the Bears. We're going to sit here as fans, not all of us, but some of these people want to sit here and let 4 games or 4.5 games overshadow 30. They're going to act like 4 games should just erase 30. And them 4 games should have told you he the franchise quarterback. We got to continue with him. Man, y'all done lost it. Y'all done lost it. Y'all done lost it. No. Well, I ain't letting y'all fool yourself over here. At least you going to have heard the word and the knowledge over here before you fool yourself. And then you go fool yourself. That is your choice. TD, you can't forget about Arizona. You know what? Let's give them 10 games. I don't know. I just want to hold on to another 4, 5, or 6 just because. But 10 ain't finna discount the other 30. I don't care. I give you 10 games. And it ain't been that. And even them 4.5 games, once again, trash competition. Don't forget the win streak we went on last year with Brian Flores. That win streak, not a single team made the playoffs with the exception of the Baltimore. No, the Baltimore. Did Baltimore make it? Because I know they were losing almost every game after that because they got all them injuries. But we ain't played nobody worth the competition last year, even when we had the win streak. And don't forget that win streak, he didn't even win the first game. He didn't even play it. And don't forget the week before the win streak started, he lost the game with Jacksonville. Only team we played that was a playoff team with the Patriots. But come on, man. All right. Mr. Finisher said, you was right about Tua, my brother. He needs to join the FFL. Well, I ain't say that. The man is too fragile for the NFL. Brian Flores was right. LOL. Every time somebody tell me you were right, you were right. I used to be a Tua this and that, but you were right. Every time somebody tell me that, I just think back to the moment of all the fighting when I wasn't right. When I didn't know football, and if anybody listens to this idiot, then you're an idiot. You know, I just think back to all those moments. To all those people who are missing right now in our community. You haven't even heard from them. You haven't even seen them. From all those people that are nowhere to be found now when the real Dolphin fans are still here. When the real Miami Dolphin fans are still here. I was shocked on Sunday. I was shocked on Sunday when we were watching the game together. And over here, TD got 1,000 on game day, 1,200, 1,400, 1,700, 1,800, doing what we normally do. Ain't nothing new. Matter of fact, the numbers might be up. And I go to check into the analytics for myself to say, hey, am I averaging my norm? Because I always do it midstream. But on my way there, I see everybody else who's live. I see everybody else in this community who's live during game day. And I'm like, man, this person usually has 500 people watching on game day. Why is there only 233 today? And this is in the middle of the game. This is the middle of the game. Oh, they usually have that amount. Why is their viewership down more than 50%? Why is that? Where are all the Dolphin fans? We still over here. What's the slogan for this channel, y'all? Put it in the comment section. What's the slogan for this channel? TD Fans Talk. What are we the home of? What are we the home of? Don't mix me with nobody else no more. Don't mix me with the channels that were started off of hating me. That only people that view are the ones that hate me. Don't do that anymore. No, not the time will tell. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Real Miami Dolphin fans. And we got sticking power. On game day, we didn't miss a beat. On game day, we didn't miss a beat. Viewership didn't go down. Viewership ain't never been down. Ain't never missed the beat on game day. And that's because it's real fans over here. Real fans. Not the people who got 500 people watching, and then when Tua get hurt, only 200 people watching. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. And them 200 were probably only watching the hope that Teddy or Skylar failed. Jackson, Tua, Howard, Ogbar, Bridgewater, Skylar, Needham, Jones. This team has been decimated by injuries. They are an 8-8 team. 8-8 team, huh? Everything you just mentioned, Flores ain't had none of that last year. Jackson was hurt. Tua was hurt. Howard, same old. Ogbar was there. Bridgewater wasn't there. Skylar wasn't there. Needham got hurt. Brandon Jones was there. I know Eric Rowe was hurt. I don't care how you slice it. Tyreek Hill ain't hurt. You got to get one win. You got to get one win without your starting quarterback. And if you can't do that, you got to go. Because I still try to ask everybody, why did Flores get fired again? Why? TD, how do you do your grade chart? I would like to do a similar thing for Mac. Mac Jones. It'll be different by quarterback. So I like Excel. I do formulas and everything in Excel. I did weights and everything. And Tua's criteria would be different from Mac Jones' criteria. I decided 50% of his play on the field, which is PFF grading, would go into his ranking. 40% would go into the stats. Having all this talent, you got to meet at least a minimum stat threshold. And 10% would be his durability, because I couldn't leave it off because it's been such a big question for him. Now, Mac has durability issues, but I don't know if your factor would be 10% like mine, because Tua's probably greater than his. So I do formulas in Excel. I'm pretty good in Excel, so I can make, I do those things. Triple S Podcast say I missed his donation. I thought I caught all of them up, bro. If it's this one, I read it. I read this one, bro. Yeah, I read that one for sure. I'm not sure if you missed it. Maybe I'm wrong, but one thing I didn't like about Tua is that he couldn't take a coach getting upset, angry. He's playing trash and wants better like Flo did. That's why he loves McDaniel, because he babies him. I don't know, just my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I don't know either. I mean, again, it's speculation in regards to that. Me personally, I already told y'all, you know, he needs positive affirmation. That's something we do know, because they made such a big deal that it's what he needed. This is what everybody else was saying. All people aren't the same. Some people need, nurturing. I don't know. It ain't the type of quarterback I like either. But I can't knock him for being that. You are who you are. But I don't know. I think that a lot of the Tuaniers made more excuses than he did, and it unfairly pegged him as something that maybe he wasn't. Of course, you're not going to like how Flores treated you, but did we ever hear it from him? That's where I can't knock Tua. We never heard it directly from him. Flores, he kind of talked to me wrong today and I didn't like it. We never heard that from him. TD, I just brown nosed you. Now where's my $12? Man, what is he talking about? A while ago he said something about $8. What is he talking about? Am I missing something? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not understanding what you're saying, bro. A coach is a coach. Grow up here. That's how I look at it. But, in today's world, feminist agenda, you can't, tell people they can't have feelings. I'm just saying. It just went up. Bro, what are you trying to say to me? What just went up? Fill me in, bro. What am I missing? I gave you $20 and you got to give $5. I don't know what y'all talk about. Anyway, the coach is getting on you because he wants you to be your best, not hold your hand through everything. Yeah, but you know what they'll say? You know what they'll say? They'll say Flores broke him. Flores broke to him. What in the heck does that mean? What does that mean? How you break another? Come on, man. It's crazy. But on to this game on Sunday, though. We got a real chance to win. I'm just really concerned about the O-line. I think Skyler will come out and give us a good game. I think he'll come out and give us a really good game. I'm just shocked that so many people are so ragging on how he played earlier in the season when he had no preparation. Now, some people say, if you that dude, you don't need preparation. It's just not true, especially when you got a team that's depleted around you. And I don't understand this notion, because how has Tua looked without Teron Armstead? How has Tua Tagovailoa looked without Teron Armstead? Teddy nor Skyler has had Teron Armstead on the field yet at all. Not a single snap, y'all. Teddy nor Skyler. And everybody said, we already know what Skyler looked like. We already know Skyler ain't it. But nobody wants to talk about how did Tua look without Armstead. Wasn't there one game Tua played without Armstead? Which game was that? Which game was that Tua played without Armstead? Was it San Francisco? How did he look? And then don't forget the Houston Texans game. Armstead goes out. 2 series, Tua still in. Looked like a train wreck. Looked just like Scott and them did. So I'm trying to understand people's logic. Because they won't use that with Tua. They only want to talk about how bad Skyler and Teddy has looked this year. And the man never had Armstead. But how has Tua looked without Armstead? Some would argue Teddy and Skyler look better than Tua without Armstead. If you really want to put it into context, as bad as Teddy and Skyler has looked, it was better than how Tua looked without him. If you really want to put it into context. Yeah, I don't want to have that conversation. Don't want to have that conversation. Don't want to have that, but we know Tua will give us the best chance to win. Hold on, how are you comparing different scenarios? Of course, Tua gonna give you the best chance to win when he got Armstead on the line. All I could do with Tua is tell you how Tua looks with Armstead and how he looked without Armstead. And with Armstead, his whole body of work is solid. Without Armstead, his whole body of work is trash. Skyler and Teddy, without Armstead, it ain't trash. We could say it's poor, but it wasn't trash. Look what they did in Minnesota. They put numbers up. Look what Teddy did in Cincinnati when they replaced them. Put numbers up. Skyler Jets game, poor. And stop hitting me with this ridiculous line that tells us nothing. Stop hating, TD. 2 of the best we had since Marino. That ain't saying much. So say Tua never came here. Tannehill the best we had since Marino. It ain't saying much. Say Tannehill and Tua didn't come. Pick whoever you want. They the best we had since Marino. It ain't saying much. Y'all act like that's saying something. He's the best we had since Marino. That don't mean what that's supposed to mean. I don't care. Marino retired last week, and we brought in Pat White this week. That means he the best we had since Marino. It don't mean nothing. You ain't Marino, so who cares? You could be the best we had. That don't mean you the one we need. Another thing. I got to talk about something real quick. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. I hate doing this every year for us Dolphins. I just hate doing it every single year. It really hurts my feelings. And I lose subscribers every year on this too, by the way. Y'all about to see. Every year I lose subscribers on this topic as well. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, share screen. I lose subscribers every year on this too. Let me share my screen. Hall of Fame finalists were named, ladies and gentlemen. Hall of Fame finalists were named. And all I hear in the Dolphins community, oh, Zach better get in this year. Okay. Do y'all know how many of these guys will be selected to the Hall of Fame? Do y'all know how many guys they select to the Hall of Fame each year? Do y'all know? On this list, they will select about 4 or 5, if you lucky, 6. And then they're going to do their coaches and all that other stuff. But they're going to select about 4 or 5, maybe 6 if you lucky. Okay? And this is what kills me about Dolphin fans. Zach better get in this year. Okay. Okay. We hope so, right? But when you look at this list, how many of these players were better than Zach Thomas? How many of these players had an impact in the NFL more than Zach Thomas? Has anybody stopped to do that? Or did you just say, Zach better get in this year? Zach, man, y'all do this every year, and this is the first time I'm going to get ahead of this crap. This is the first time I'm going to try to help y'all, and I'm going to get ahead of it. People be like, this idiot right here. No, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of y'all living in y'all delusion. Sick of it. Sick of it. Y'all get mad every year when they announce the people who made it and then act like there was a snub. So I'm going to ask y'all, how many people on this list that you could honestly say will get in above Zach Thomas? Nobody want to answer it, huh? Yeah, here come the same old Urlacher argument. And I keep telling y'all, stop using the Urlacher argument because it's about postseason. If you ain't got the postseason success, then you need another 10% on top of all the normal baseline stats. You can't tell me Darrell Revis ain't getting in over him. You can't tell me Andre Johnson ain't. I personally don't think Devin Hester should, but the way he impact the game, Super Bowl touchdowns, running back, they gonna covet Hester over him. That's 3 right there. That's 3 right there. Reggie Wayne? Reggie Wayne, Peyton Manning? Come on, man. Come on. Torrey Holt? Man. Come on, y'all. Come on. I didn't even, oh my gosh. I didn't even bring up Patrick Willis. Now you want to go to Patrick Willis numbers and all that all time and pull up Zach Thomas? Okay. But we already at 5. I ain't even bring up Darren Woodson. I don't think DeMarcus Ware right now. That's just me. That's just me. But I done already went to 5 that I know. Come on. And I'm not even going to mention guys like Joe Thomas. You know, they going to have the O-line love. People just don't recognize their stats. But how dominant and how great he was as a tackle. Willie Anderson. Anyway, all I'm saying to y'all is stop saying somebody better get in this year and recognize 4, 5, 6 at best guys will get in, and look at the list and tell me who he should get in over. No, do the reverse. Who should get in over him? And you're going to make it to 6. You're going to make it to 6. Now, if he get in, yay. Thank you. Now somebody else can say they got snubbed. That'll be perfect. And I hope he gets in. But if he doesn't, let's not sit here and act like he got robbed again. And the longer it takes for him to get in, the less probability he will, because new classes keep getting added. New classes keep getting added. I just had to let that out because I know as soon as they announce the Hall of Famers and if Zach Thomas ain't on there, they're going to go right back to doing their regular old Dolphin delusion. Oh my gosh, what did he have to do? Why aren't they? Oh my, man, y'all stop. Stop out here making, let me help you out, Dolphin fans. Y'all act like only Dolphin fans vote for Hall of Fame. Y'all act like only Dolphin writers vote for the Hall of Fame. You know what you should do? Go find one of those articles that tell you about the finalists and go read the comment section. Go read how many people don't even bring up Zach Thomas' name at all, and only Dolphin fans do. That's where you know you got your issue, when only your fan base is talking about you. See, when some of y'all can say, yeah, Darrelle Reeve is getting in. See, you're a Dolphin and you're saying Reeve is getting in. So, yeah. But you tell me what other fan base is sitting out there talking about Zach Thomas getting robbed. That's all you need to know. We just so Dolphin, and that's always our downfall. We so Dolphin. And people get mad at me. This idiot talking about Zach Thomas shouldn't have got in. I ain't say he shouldn't have. I told you he wouldn't. What about Richmond Webb? I've already done an elaborate stream on this. They all suffer from the same issue. Lack of deep postseason success. They all suffer from it. Go look at Jason Taylor. If Jason Taylor had 20 less acts, he would not have gotten in. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Jason Taylor had almost 140 or whatever, 139, 141, one of them. Jason Taylor had like 140. And if you look at the normal baseline for defensive ends to get in the Hall of Fame, it's 119. When you look at all the Hall of Famers in the defensive line, the number is around 119 to get in. If Jason Taylor would have had 119, he was not getting in. The only reason he got in is because he had the 140, because the 119 requires postseason success. That's the baseline. You need about 120 plus postseason success. And if you ain't got no postseason success, then you need way more than 120. You got to really stand out. And he got that 140. That's why he got in. If Jason Taylor had 120, y'all would be sitting up here just like Zach Thomas. Oh, they snubbing Jason every year. You would have been saying the same thing. I promise you. I promise you. So he went over and beyond and said, screw the postseason. I'm still going to show you how dominant I am. I got 20 more sacks in my career than all of them playoff junkies. All them guys who went to the playoffs and got their numbers with extra games. We got to stop this, man. I want him to get in, but the Miami Dolphins aren't the only team in the league. He wasn't the only great linebacker at the time. He wouldn't. That's not how it works, ladies and gentlemen. If you tell the NFL story, couldn't be told without mentioning the name of Zach Thomas. The Truth shall set you free, because they ain't mentioning it now. But when you talk about those Bears, the defense that actually had a name, that's why Urlacher got in. Because he part of a storied defense and had the numbers and just got him in. Thomas' number is identical to Darren Brooks except for one Super Bowl. And do y'all realize if Miami Dolphins had that one Super Bowl, Webb and Zach would be in? It's that simple. It is that simple. It's that simple. Man, and people don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept it. And I got to tell y'all, man, this is the fifth time I'm talking about this in a stream. And I'm the one that's wrong, but yet you keep getting disappointed. I'm the one that's wrong, but yet I keep on telling y'all and it end up being true. It's not hard to identify, y'all. I know, man. I'm gonna tell you, I be having some unpopular opinions, but I'm telling the truth. And since I'm on a roll, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out another one. And then, listen, this is the one I'm about to throw out is actually a cardinal sin. It's a sin for me to say what I'm about to say. I ain't even gonna elaborate. I'm just gonna say this: Dan Marino ain't win no Super Bowl. I ain't gonna elaborate, but all I'm gonna say is Dan Marino ain't win no Super Bowl. He the greatest quarterback to never win a Super Bowl, but he ain't win no Super Bowl. He ain't win no Super Bowl. And why do I say that? People be like, y'all looking for the next Dan Marino. Who? I'm looking for whoever gonna win a Super Bowl. Dan Marino is not the blueprint. He is not the blueprint. And I'm gonna tell you, Dan Marino probably messing Tua up anyway. Pick a guy, let it fly. Oh, that's the worst thing you could have told Tua. Oh, that's the worst thing you could have told that man. Pick a guy, let it fly. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. I ain't going in on Dan Marino. I told you, he the greatest to ever not win a Super Bowl. But this man told Tua, pick a guy, let it fly. Oh, my God. I remember when I first heard it, I said, no, I don't like that idea, Dad. He going to get some completions with it, but boy, he going to get some picks too. Oh. Somebody said, stop, TD. Terrible team around. And let me tell you something. I was young with Marino. I ain't understand the game like I do now. So I don't lean on my own understanding when it comes to Dan Marino in his era. I watched. I was a fan. I enjoyed. I didn't understand the game, though. So I can't give you my critical analysis of that time. I refer to those who are older than me. And every time I bring them on this channel, what do they tell me? Dan Marino, he would audible out of runs all the time. He would call his own plays. He barely wanted to run the ball and have balance. I don't know if that can hurt him in the end, but and maybe these people are wrong, but these are what they keep telling me. This is what they keep saying. Dan Marino was a great quarterback, but he could have been his own worst enemy. Always audibling out of the coach's call. Never wanted to run the ball. Just wanted to gunsling all day. I don't know. TD losing subs tonight. It happened. I got to live my truth. I got to live my truth, man. And people say Dan Marino had no run game, but from my understanding, he was a part to blame for that. He was a part to blame for that because he never wanted to run the ball. And hey, I got to refer to these are the people who understood at that time the game of football, because I was young. I was just a fan of watching, enjoying the game, but I couldn't break down the X's and O's and didn't even think to. Marino had a lot of drop balls in crunch time. Then he had the receivers. I thought he had the receivers. Clayton Dupe and all them boys was dropping them in crunch time. I mean, the Dolphins were beating the Dolphins in the 90s. I don't know, man. Dan Marino turned every stud running back he had into a wide receiver. This is what they say. This is what they say. The loss of David Overstreet hurt bad. Nice. He didn't have running backs. Okay. If Marino was around today, he'd break 6K yards. Got it. You tripping, TD? What am I tripping about? This ain't my opinion. I'm going off of what other people told me. I told y'all they could be wrong. See, this is what I be talking about. I didn't tell you this was my opinion. All I'm saying is I'm going off of what other people have said, and y'all telling me it's a lie. So, hey, I got conflicting information. So we blame the team with Marino. It was the team that was around him every year. Every year they didn't get it done. It wasn't Marino. It was the team around him every time. They always had a weak defense. They always didn't have a run game. Well, when since you could have it all in the NFL? When I hear they didn't have a defense, ain't that why you got Dan Marino? Without Marino, Dolphins would have been a 5-win team. Back then, you needed a good running back. Oh, so you didn't need a gunslinger. It was rendered useless. Is that what you're saying? You didn't need Marino. You just needed a good running back? No salary cap? Really? That's a good question. I never looked up. When did salary cap start? Not really. 1994. Salary cap started implementation of cap in 1994. '94. The back years for Marino, cheap owners. So that's what it was. So outside of the 72, 73, what, we ain't never been good? Never been like, because I wasn't alive. TD, it's like watching Aaron Rodgers. Interesting. I feel like every playoff game we go to, we get blown out. This is some interesting information. All right, Scant Dollar said, TD, we had to endure this for 3 years. The real ones saw this 2 seasons ago. A franchise and fan base was hijacked. A good head coach was fired. 2 franchise QBs were passed up, shaking my head. And we were told to apologize. Where is our apology? If you looking for an apology, you tripping. You weren't never going to get one. You weren't ever going to get an apology from these people. These people were never going to apologize for being wrong in supporting the wasted time of some of our best players. See, this is what some of y'all don't realize. Players get wasted during these times. Players get wasted during these times. We waste their time and their careers for real. Some players are wasting years. So when we started this rebuild, we got rid of everybody. Now, when you look at the handful of people that we kept, look at all the time we wasted of theirs. Okay. She's good. Okay. Hey, mama. Oh, she playing with these toys. Xavier Howard, his 3 prime years might be gone. He should have been on a Super Bowl contender. It don't get better at this point. He may shock you and have a phenomenal season next year because it's a contract year. But you wasted too many years of his prime, just like you did with Rashad Jones. Boop. Just like you did with Rashad Jones. G5. What was it? G5, G20? I forgot what we called them. But you wasted years. Mike Gesicki, luckily he's still young. He can still give you productive years, but you just wasted his whole rookie contract. Oh, yeah, we know we wasted Cam Wake years, but at least that was back then. We know about all the people we wasted back then. But we talk about through this rebuild. Oh, mama, I'm coming. You is on one, ain't you? Okay, here you go. You can have it. You can have it. You don't even want it. You just want it. But yeah, waste the years. Ogba, I don't know if you wasted it. I mean, he getting paid and he didn't play good anyway when he was back. He wasn't doing nothing before he got hurt. I don't care what you say. I'm over it. I'm pulling covers right now. He ain't doing nothing before he got hurt anyway. He wasn't doing nothing. And boy, Bradley Chubb better show up at some point. He hurt now, so. All I'm saying is wasting people's careers in time in their prime years. Byron Jones, we didn't waste his because he got paid. We overpaid him. So he was cool with that. But he was still a waste. He could have been on a contender. A real contender. Facts. Chubb is just a solid edge guy. And we paid him like he was elite. Why in the heck would we do that? We paid the man like he was elite. Cut Richie incognito for no reason. It was a reason, but I get it. I don't like the reason either. Mama. Lord. It doesn't come off. She playing with the little Disney toy and mad it won't come off the thing. It's stuck. It's supposed to stay on there. All right, we're gonna pick you up. Y'all give me a second. Yeah, you come on, little sweetheart. I love you. 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 Yeah. Just wasting guys' careers, man. Then they got to fight to go try to get in a better situation. Yeah, Adam Gase era wasted careers too. But we're talking about the current situation, though. And whatever we decide this offseason, can either work out for everybody or waste a whole bunch of careers. Holland, Brandon Jones, Phillip Waddle, Wilkins, a few that could be a championship team. Let's hope we don't waste their careers. If we do, I'll cry. Man, if you make the bad decision here, you finna waste a lot of people's time. A lot of people. Tyreek, he got the bag, so he ain't worrying about it, but you still wasting more prime years. He could be winning Super Bowls, but he don't care because he got the bag. Armstead got the bag. He don't care, but he could be on a contender. Even Connor. And nobody talk about the fact that Connor, from my understanding, needs it. Let me make sure. Connor Williams, because he young. I think he needs a deal coming up soon. He needs his money coming up soon, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Oh, they signed Connor Williams on a 2-year, $14 million contract. And they only guaranteed 1 year. Connor ain't got no real guaranteed money after this year. His agent gonna be knocking on the door. Talking, he a free agent after next year. Yeah, they gonna be knocking on that door. My client wants an extension or more guarantees this offseason. You can get ready for that. Yep. Only $3 million dead cap, and we got to pay him 8.5. Yeah, he gonna want some more money. And they got to secure him, because if they don't now, the center situation again. Y'all don't understand. This team has to win over the next 2 to 3 years at best. This is why you have to stop hoping on your projects. Stop hoping certain guys get better. Stop hoping certain guys can be the guy. If you don't know now, then you need to go get a guy you know. You cannot continue to operate off of, let's see. If there, and everybody knows, even if you're a fan or not, there ain't a single person that can say there is no shadow of a doubt Tua is the guy. Now, you could be a fan and be like, I believe without a shadow of a doubt he is, but real just analytical processing, nobody based off of how things have gone, even if they're injuries, play, all of that, you don't know if he the guy. And you cannot continue in a state of, let's just do this and do that and see what that does for him, or if he can become it, or we're out of that window. And if you continue down that window, you're being stupid and dumb, Miami. You out here gambling. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, you just go check me off. Yeah. Yeah, mama. You in a good mood tonight. You wasn't feeling good earlier. You was in a great mood tonight. We got to stop playing these games, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Miami need to do. In the offseason, full court press on Tom Brady. 2-year deal for Tom Brady, full court press. You go ahead and you try to trade Byron Jones. You go ahead and you try to trade even or cut Jerome Baker. You take your draft picks this year and next year and the year after. Listen, because you're trying to get Tom Brady for the next 2 years, you don't need them picks. The very few you got this year, next year, and the year after first rounder. You take all of that, which is almost the equivalent. That's 2 first-round picks. That's 3 second-round picks and a whole bunch of other stuff. And you move up in the draft. And you draft you a quarterback to sit behind Tom Brady, one you really believe in. Now, if you can't get up, if you can't move up far enough to do that, then hold your picks. Take that second rounder, trade it for next year for a late first or a second next year and another fourth or something like that. And you go after your quarterback behind Brady next year. I want this team in the hands of a veteran quarterback for the next 2 years. And then your young guy can take the reins with this developed young talent. Let's not act like Jaden Phillips is fully developed. Let's not act like Brandon Jones and Javon Holland is fully developed. Let's not act like Waddle is fully developed. All of these guys still can get better, hopefully. So you want them to be with a young quarterback when they're fully developed. Your young quarterback shouldn't be put on the field when everybody developing. Give me a veteran quarterback that knows how to win with all this talent and let that young guy see how he operates and work behind him. That's what the Dolphins need to do. It's what the Dolphins need to do. You cannot waste this window. All bro does is hate on Tua the entire stream. Say what you want. He need to get out of here. He need to go. If that's hate, it's hate. He need to go. He ain't the guy. He's not good enough to be the guy. Get out of your feelings about it. He's not good enough to be the guy. And even if miraculously he becomes good enough, he won't even be on the field long enough to impact us, to help us. And that ain't hate. That's a fact. Y'all just don't like the idea of no Tua. Then you should be real mad right now because we ain't got no Tua. Okay. Yeah. It's that simple. He ain't doing nothing for us. He ain't doing nothing for us. Because truth be told, no matter how you want to slice it, if we miss the playoffs, you can point at Tua Tagovailoa. Ain't no, well, we didn't win no games when he was out. You ain't win no games in January or December. All you had to do is win one of them. Oh my God, just one of the hard games. Just one of the hard games. Just one. Tua, show up in just one of the hard games. Play at a high level in just one of them. Just one. Truth be told, we could have won all of them if he would have played at a high level. San Francisco ain't do nothing outlandishly special than we did. Our quarterback just wasn't producing. We would have won that game had he been producing. Chargers, he wasn't producing. We would have won that game. It was still close. All of them. I ain't gonna argue about Buffalo because half of y'all live in your delusion about that game. In Green Bay, Lord knows we were dominating, and he didn't just fall off the earth. Oh my gosh, Tua became Santa Claus to Green Bay. Just, oh my gosh. Have you been naughty or nice? Oh, I believe you've been nice. You get one. You get one. Y'all share this. Oh my gosh. Just gave 20-10, you win. And just gave them the game. Oh my gosh. Is Green Bay in the playoffs right now because of us? Is Green Bay in the playoffs right now because, oh my God, Tua. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You can't make this stuff up. Just gave the game away. Boy, you would have thought Flores was the coach and he was retaliating. Oh. Steve Ross said, my hip, my rib, my back, my head. Man, Tua gotta go. Man, this man gave the game away. Oh. And you want to leave a backup to help the team get in the playoffs. What's so funny to me is everybody said in them 2.5 games we lost, if Tua played, we would have won. If Tua would have never played San Francisco, Chargers, Buffalo, and Green Bay, and we lost the way we lost, barely, because we barely lost all them games, they would have said the same thing. If Tua would have played, we would have won. They would have said the same thing. If Tua would have played, we would have won. What we do know is if Tua would have played, we would have won. Y'all would have said the same thing if he didn't play them 4 raggedy games he put out there. Man. And you know what? Tua himself debunked all the excuses people made for him this year. All he do is win. That got shut down. If Tua would have played, we would have won. That got shut down. Everything you want to say was eliminated in 4 weeks. Every narrative was eliminated in 4 weeks. Every single narrative. Flores would never have this level of success. Look what McDaniel just did. Look what McDaniel just did. Oh, every single narrative was destroyed. So I understand why some people went and hiding. I understand. You can't bring up the O-line. One of the least pressure guys in the NFL. No, TD, that's not true. It's only because we get rid of the ball fast, what you think we did last year. And he was one of the most pressured in the NFL. We got rid of the ball heck of fast last year. The pass game was an extension of the run. First thing we tried to do was get rid of that ball last year. Slant, tight end slipped out. You all right, mama? Every single narrative was destroyed. Yeah, I know they still blaming the O-line. Somebody gonna post today. See, some people get under my nerves. Here's what they're gonna have the nerve to say. They said Skylar and Teddy haven't been able to play a full game yet this season, which is true. And Tua continues to get hurt. Maybe if this team would just provide proper protection around the quarterback, then maybe Tua would be able to have a successful season or whatever. Y'all, you got to stop with these false narratives just to give him more time. It's over. And if it ain't over, real Dolphin fans know what we about to go through. And another thing, if Skylar go out there and ball out on Sunday and we get into the playoffs, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see no Tua. I don't want to see Tua versus Kansas City. I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear it. Just like y'all said versus Pittsburgh, he was rusty. I ain't got time for rusty Tua. Man, still in the protocols. I ain't got time for that. They need to sit that man down all year. I don't trust that man on the field finishing the game himself now. Because if he can go through a game and show no symptoms in the game and all of a sudden he had a concussion 2 days, man, no. This man, if what they say is true, came in the next day and say he ain't remember doing none of that. Pack it up. Pack it up. Pull the plug out the wall. Pack it up. If you could come into the building and say, I don't remember none of that, man, pack it up. Pack it up. It's over. Done. Y'all out here, well, it might be, if we make it, it'll be enough time for Tua to come back. The man walked in the building and say he ain't remember none of that mess. He walked in the building and said, I don't remember doing that. What you think we won? Don't be laughing. Like, come on, you think we won or something? What, you came in the building? Hey, coach, man, I don't remember throwing no picks. Oh, so you think we got 9 wins right now, huh, Troy? Yeah, go see the doctor. Go see the doctor. Come in here talk about we got 9 wins. Go see the doctor. And talk about y'all, it may be enough time for him to come back for the playoffs. Man, y'all don't care nothing about Tua and his health. Y'all don't care a lick about his health. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm just saying, I ain't got time for it. Because what I saw on that field Monday night, that hurt my soul. I'm keeping it a buck. It bothered me. And just to know this kid talk about, I don't remember none of that. Go home and pay. Just go home and you getting paid. Hey, don't worry about it. You're going to get paid. I'll clock you in every day. Bye. Man. TD, did you hear about Aaron Rodgers wanting to be a Dolphin? No, I haven't heard anything about that. A lot of speculations about quarterbacks and all that have come out recently, and I've spoken to the people that I speak to. They haven't heard none of these things, man. None of them. All these reports of rumors being linked to this and that. People I speak to, nah, man, I haven't heard any rumblings about that. If it is, that's being held close to Ross right now, but people I talk to haven't heard none of this stuff out here. Matter of fact, they ain't even hearing nothing. It's like a somber thing in that building. Everybody just showing up to work, doing what they got to do, and it ain't even moving the same from what I understand. So for those who keep asking that, I ain't heard none of this stuff. Rodgers, Brady, I ain't heard none of this stuff. He said it after the Packers game. Yeah, I didn't know that. See, I don't want to trade for Aaron Rodgers. See, I don't want to trade for the quarterback because when we get the veteran quarterback in here, we need a young, you know what? Oh, see, I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't regret it. And this is where I'm showing. Oh my God, I don't even believe I'm finna say this, but I'm about to say it. What's wrong? If we do get a veteran quarterback in here, maybe we can continue with Tua. He just backs him up for a year or two and develop even a little more. Maybe y'all think he making, come out of that and then be. No, never mind. He's still gonna get hurt. He still ain't reliable. Never mind, man. Never mind. See, I be trying sometimes. I fight it in my head sometimes, but never mind. If we don't get rid of Tua and get a real QB, it shows our franchise is doomed. No other team would keep a guy that can't play all 17 games 3 years in a row. How many games Tua missed this year? How many games he missed? 4.5. Tua missing 4.5 games this year. 4.5. Sad thing about that, this is the healthiest he's been. Last year, what was it? 6? Or I don't know, 6 maybe? The year before that, you can't count because he was also benched some. I don't know. Yeah. Keep that thing out of her mouth.
I know. But she doesn't feel that she's sick. So
I know.
give her some grace.
I know. We just talk about the Dolphins. It's just hanging out. Yeah, man. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Crazy how y'all making jokes about somebody's health. Who doing that? Who doing that, Josh? People in the comment section. Make sure you ain't referring to me because I ain't said a joke yet. Everything I said, I meant. TD, would you ever debate Big O about Tua? I've gotten to a point I wouldn't debate nobody about Tua. Anybody that want to debate me about him, they on the wrong spectrum. It is what it is at this point. What is there to debate? Well, he still think Tua the guy? Enough said. Enough said. Wentz in Miami next. Boy, don't have me snap on this team. How about Brady next year? I welcome it as long as we got a quarterback of the future sitting behind him. TD, they officially canceled the Bills-Bengals game. I'm aware. They got all kind of scenarios, 8 teams in the playoffs. And the sad thing is, all y'all need to know about it, the Dolphins still got to win to get in. There ain't no other scenario we make the playoffs unless we win. And even if we win, we got to hope other things happen. If they do an 18 format, then the Jets are still alive. The Jets are still alive. There's not 8 teams. I know. I'm just saying they're talking about that. That's been floating out there. I know it's not happening, and they didn't confirm that or nothing like that. I'm just saying, regardless of whatever they decide, all I know is we got to win to get in. Like I told him today, Skylar Thompson might be saving Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer, and Tua's job. We lose this game, we miss the playoffs, Stephen Ross need to fire them all. And if Stephen Ross fire Greer, McDaniel, and all of them, then the new everything, they going to get them new people. And if Skylar win this game and Stephen Ross decide not to fire anybody, Skylar saved their job. They'll never admit it. They'll be like, people saying he would have got fired if we would have lost. They were wrong anyway. No, all y'all out of here. Boyer should be fired. Boyer will be fired. And the crazy thing is, don't get fooled by this organization making it seem like that's the accountability of the year. Boyer getting fired ain't no accountability of the year. Some would argue Boyer should have been fired. He should have been fired. But no, they didn't want it. They wanted to feed into that Flores stigma. Remember, they demonized Flores when coaches didn't get the job done and he kept firing them. They demonized him for it. Now, this is what you get for sticking with him. This is what you get for sticking with him. And I agree, Boyer is the least of the problems, but he's going to be the scapegoat. He trash anyway. Boyer ain't it anyway. I'm just saying, though, he ain't the issue. Somebody said the truth about Byron Jones came out. I believe he didn't want to play under Tua as QB. What do you mean the truth about Byron Jones came out? Because the coach came out today and said some guys play through injury, some don't. Basically, Byron wasn't finna come out there and risk nothing for them. But why we trying to act like the truth just came out? What have I been telling y'all since training camp? I'm a little concerned about Byron, y'all. This situation's a little different. Mike McDaniel, man, TD, why you always negative? Mike McDaniel say he expects him to play week 1. Gosh, man, why you always like this? I'm just saying, bro. Something different about this situation. Hey, you always negative. Week 1 come. Bro, he'll be back at least by week 3 or week 4. Now ain't nobody arguing, but they sure ain't coming back. Was like, you were right. So it ain't no Byron Jones situation was exposed. I've been told you because I speak to people in there. I've been told y'all. Byron don't want to play. Byron, they tried to trade him. He did them a favor by renegotiating the deal. Then they tried to trade him. He said, you know what? You ain't trading me. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I ain't passing nobody physical. Well, your injury looked like you should have been ready for the opening of the season. You can't tell me how recovered I am or not. I'll let you know when I feel better. And every Monday morning, Byron, how you feeling? Not yet. I feel like I'm getting closer, but I don't know. Trade deadline coming up. Byron, how you feeling? Man, I can't play, man. I think I'm having a setback. Chris Greer get on the podium. Not Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel get on the podium. What's your take on the Byron Jones situation? It's frustrating for all parties involved. Frustrating for us. I know it's frustrating for him. Yeah, I bet. I bet. The checks coming through every week for him, too. I bet you it is frustrating. And y'all can get mad at Byron all you want, but he doing what's right for him. He doing what's right for him. And you know what? In the back of Byron's head, he probably is the one that's sitting there saying, I ain't playing none of this mess. When me and X healthy and we out there in practice, we see how trash Tua is. When we on that field and we playing healthy and that real defense out there, we know what Tua is. He ain't finna waste my time. He ain't wasting my career. He ain't finna have me out there getting hurt for him. He probably was like, man, maybe I should come back. Look how well they playing. Okay. Byron Jones was just like me. Well, let me see what they do versus San Francisco. If he light them up, you know what? I'm gonna come back. Never mind, coach. I'm hurt even more. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to make it back. Oh my gosh. Didn't have the personnel and still ran the zero blitz. You right. You right. Bad move by Boyer. But they told you coming into the season they wanted to be even more aggressive like that. You can't lie to the players. They didn't vote him in the Pro Bowl for a reason. Yeah, it's amazing to me that people ignore all those real signs. Real, might I add. This ain't TD around here saying players of the NFL. Y'all know Tua ain't good. Please don't vote for him. That ain't it. Do you know how many votes you didn't get to lead the voting and fans and still don't get it? Do you know how many votes you didn't get from the players and coaches? If you led all voting by the fans, you led all voting, not just led, you led by far. Do you know how many votes he didn't get in order to not be selected to the Pro Bowl? That tells you all you need to know. These players knew what time it is. You out here playing against wide open receivers every week. And as soon as you run into a real defense, there you go. And I ain't gonna lie. To tell the truth, it's kind of embarrassing as a fan. Some of y'all think it's a good thing, but it's kind of embarrassing. It's like this. Look at this. I'll give you a perfect example. Would y'all not be embarrassed if Noah Igbenogany got more votes than every corner in the NFL? Even Patrick Mahomes? Would y'all not be embarrassed if Noah Igbenogany got more votes than Patrick Mahomes just because we did it? You don't think about that? Maybe that's just me. Oh, never mind. Everybody's saying, yeah, bro. Very embarrassing. Like when your guy out gets more votes than what's his name? Patrick Mahomes by far off of 3.5 good games. It doesn't just show, it does. What it actually shows is the level of bias. The fan base didn't do him any favors. Logging in, that took us logging in every day when you can refresh and keep voting. You know, people going to every computer they got voting, and whenever you can vote again, vote again. The NFL and all of its fans saw that. They were like, you mean to tell me Tua got more votes than anybody for Pro Bowl? They actually saw the delusion. They actually saw the biased fandom. And truth be told, most of the real Dolphin fans didn't even vote for him either. Most of the real Dolphin fans didn't even vote for him. But he still led the way in voting by far. I mean, the number was way ahead of everybody else. Stop the count. Stop the count. And when the writers and the coaches, when the coaches and the players saw that, they retaliated. Ladies and gentlemen, they retaliated. They saw that and they said, yeah, this ain't nothing but an Alabama Colt. Ain't nobody rewarding that. He looking better, but come on. Now we getting ridiculous. And I'm going to tell y'all another thing. The NFL don't like that crap. They don't like anybody who threatens being bigger than the shield. Y'all may not know that, but they don't. That's why Tim Tebow ain't around. The whole NFL as a whole, and these owners getting cahoots, they don't like anybody who they think could be bigger than the shield. Their celebrity. You notice Tom Brady is just as big as the shield, but he keeps his mouth quiet in regards to the NFL, and he go by doing his job, and he don't open his mouth much. He don't get this excessive vote. He don't have people going crazy. These coaches and players said, nah, we'll balance it. Don't worry about it. We'll balance the odds. And barely anybody voted for him. Barely anybody voted for him. And I'm telling y'all got to just put 2 and 2 together. You know, man, do you know how many votes he didn't get in order to say he didn't make it? And what did Roger Goodell come back and do at the end? Now, if nobody goes, we'll make you an alternate. And I bet you Roger Goodell regretting that, especially after the second concussion. They don't like that concussion stuff. So, but he was actually good. At the time, Tua was good, but y'all also failed to realize that you can't be I always believe that you should start talking about MVPs around week 13, week 12, week 13. People start talking about Tua in the word MVP around week 8. Around week 8. Around week 8. They start talking MVP. If they would have started where they should have and got a real sample size, and that's the funny thing, you start talking about it week 8, and he had missed 2.5 games. So you only had a 5-game sample size, and they already talking about MVP. So we knew that was getting sold. And everybody picked it up because it does sell. Tua sells. Anything good about Tua, it sells. The Pro Bowl voting tells you that. It sells. Imagine how many people think he sucked, but they were telling you he was giving you nothing but positive all this time. You know how many people, how many creators and stuff are out here that on phone conversations and stuff talking so bad about him, but then go online and just be like making every excuse and singing praises just to try to appease the audience, get donations, grow, and do all that. Man, it's crazy. But if everybody would have waited to week 12, not a soul in this country would have said Tua Tagovailoa is an MVP candidate. After week 12, going into week 13, right after that San Francisco game, nobody. Then you would have had another game? Absolutely not. Then you would have had another game? Yeah, it's a wrap. And that last one, why was his name ever brought up? You know what's funny? Timing is everything. Timing is everything. What if Tua started the season the way that he ended his season? What if Tua started the season the way that he ended it? It's funny because he might have got benched, and since he might have actually wouldn't have even started the Jets game. Say he didn't get hurt. He started the season the way he he started the season the way he's ending it. 0-4, Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa throwing picks, missing targets, doing all that funky stuff he been doing for 4 weeks. What would everybody have said then? You would have been calling the trade by the deadline. You would have been calling to bench him. It's funny how timing works. And then when week 9 came, say they had them 4 bad games and then got hurt and then missed 3. By week 9, nobody would have ever mentioned MVP. And then he ended the season the way he started it and started lighting it up a little. You still wouldn't have said MVP. But since it happened at first, and we gave him credit and said he can continue to play like this, and that's where we fooled ourselves. TD loved playing that what if game. Well, let's not play it. Let's talk about what actually happened. Either way, it still ends up the way it is. Either way. Either way. The only reason I did the what if is because all this analysis on your quarterback, you got to wait for the whole season to give a real analysis. You got to wait for the whole season to give a real analysis. Because since he balled out early, you all think you had the guy, and then he struggled late, and some of you still holding on to that guy. But if he struggled early and start balling out late, and we missed, it would be a different tone. He might have not even been able to see this point. He might have got benched a long time ago. We'll see. Anyway, man, I'm going to come live to y'all tomorrow. I'm going to cut it for the night, go hang out with the wife. Been watching The Last Dance with her, the Jordan documentary. She's enjoying it, so I'm going to continue watching another episode with her tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all so much. Love y'all. To give you a quick update on Damar Hamlin, he got great news today. It was just beautiful hearing that he's come to. He's still got some ways to go, but, you know, he's communicating by writing on a notepad. And it was just beautiful hearing this man, you know, ask on the notepad, man, not hearing, but hearing that he asked on the notepad who won the game was the first thing that he asked. Who did we win? It's just, man, football is in him. And it was just beautiful hearing that, man. His game, these guys are gladiators. He didn't even know that he was gone for two days. And it's just a beautiful thing, but the fight ain't over for all of us. Keep him in your prayers. Let's continue to pray it up because things are happening right now that a lot of people have to witness. So this is beautiful. All right. That's the update on him. We're going to continue to keep him in our prayers. God got him. And I'm just happy to hear that news. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Fins up no matter what. I got to get out of here. I will see y'all real soon. Tomorrow we back at it. The wife in here. It's awesome, Cherry. I love it so far. All right, y'all. I got to go. See you soon. Peace. I'm out.